And welcome to the castle, everybody. This is Nightsaber Z42, and in this little quick tutorial I'm gonna go over starships and NPCs. I got this suggestion from a Reddit user when I had posted my first video earlier today, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little quick video on how I would approach specifically minions and starships. I'm gonna open this up by going to my Jewel of Yavin game because this one has a really great example of some features for the starship. There are. Let me go ahead. Whoops. Go ahead and archive this while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my my journal page, and I'm gonna pull up. Let's see, Carbine is one. And so Carbine is one of the racers that the players will get to go against at the Cloud City Grand Prix. And so a Cloud Car basically has two compartments. One for the pilot, one for the co-pilot, or the gunner. So what I've done, I've gone ahead and made the planetary vehicle sheet for that specific NPC. Now remember, all of the stats for an NPC will go on the NPC sheet, not the character sheet. Okay, just make sure it's on the NPC sheet. This will actually come in to play a little bit later. So once in the vehicle sheet, I went ahead and put in all of the stats for the Cloud Car. Everything is there. And then I went ahead and did the crew roles. So Carbine is the pilot, and Garulo the droid is... Oh no, he's not a droid. He's something else. He's an alien. Garulo is the gunner. So if I am running this session at the race, I don't think it's very feasible. I mean, I could because I actually have two monitors. That's Garrel, not Garulo. Jason Garulo. Where is he? Why don't I just go ahead and type it in? Garulo, not Garula. Am I missing something here? Oh, this might not be the best example then. Or I probably never made him in the first place. Oh no, I know what happened. Oh, this was actually a weird thing that happened in my when I was transferring it. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Because I will actually forget after I make this video to add him in. So here he is, just drag and drop. Boom, he is now added. All right, so Garulo is now a player, so this might actually be the best time to test out Carbine, but I will do Chara. Who is she related to? Garrel. Okay, so I don't think it would be very feasible to have Chara and Garrel's character sheet open at the same time. So instead, what you can do, you can actually assign the crew roles. So for example, if I need Chara to make gunnery checks, just put her name right here. Or if there's a specific weapon, like if you have multiple weapons on your freighter and you need you have different characters rolling them, or NPCs, then you can put them as the main person making the roll. So just remember, for this, if I'm going to have Chara Toll roll on Garrel's character sheet, I'm going to use the NPC role, not this specific role. Because if you use this one, I think this is linked to Garrel's. No? Hey, it actually worked. Look at that. I don't know what I'm talking about then. So I guess it actually works out in the end. I was just going to use the NPC role, which is actually much better. There you go. This actually is not the correct role. So Yes, you're going to want to use the NPC roll because this will actually draw Chara's stats into that specific roll. So let's take a look at Chara's. It was, what, 1 green or 2 greens and 1 yellow. So let's see if that actually rolled correctly. Gunnery, 1 yellow, 2 greens. It did it. So you need to make sure that the name is exactly the same or else it won't work. Okay, so what if you have a minion group? Let's say that we're going to get some TIE fighters, as was specified in the request. So let me go to my games and let's do our test, Star Wars test. Okay, so this is future me talking in regards to the vehicle and NPCs. So there's going to be a little bit of a thing that you're going to come across when you're doing minion specific starfighters. So I have a TIE pilot here, for example, and whoops, wrong thing. And in the well, let me fix something because I'm going to show you a workaround. So when you have a minion group, so my TIE fighters have a minion group size of 4, and so that makes their gunnery skill 3 yellow, or if they're not a minion group, if they're individual, it's 3 green. Remember that, because when I go and to the vehicle sheet where my TIE fighter stats are, see that I've already put the TIE pilot there. I put the TIE pilot character name here as well. And I already have their forward-mounted medium laser cannon weapon. This has a forward arc, 3 crit, 6 damage. And it's got the gunnery skill. And the NPC gunnery roll is 3 green. So what happens is that it only takes into account the relevant stat. So it doesn't actually take into account the minion. So, for example, if I were to lower his agility down to 2, and I would keep that as a minion, now it's going to roll 2 green instead of whatever his roll is supposed to be. Okay, so that is something that would definitely need to be fixed for this particular character sheet to use. The workaround, though, is to go ahead and input the ranks so it'll match the dice that you're rolling. So for instance, it's going to be 3. It's going to be whatever your minion group is minus 1. There you go. See, same thing. If it's 4, like the minion group says, and it becomes higher. So go ahead and input the ranks, because once you put the ranks in, you go back to your vehicle sheet and you go ahead and click on the NPC roll. It now changes to 3 yellow. This roll right here, it only works for the actual character sheet statistics, which by default is going to make your characteristics at 1. There it is, at 1. So that's why it's only rolling 1 green. So whenever you plan on utilizing vehicle sheets as a minion group, you're going to want to make sure that you actually input the ranks for any skills that they're going to use. Same thing with the piloting skill, because I'm actually pretty, yeah, that will also need to be ranked as well. The only thing is, as in the rules, as you destroy minions, the groups get weaker. So you're going to have to remember to go back into the NPC sheet and basically lower it by 1 for each minion until you get to the last one, and then they're destroyed. So that is kind of a really weird workaround, and I guess that's just the limitation of this specific character sheet. And I actually didn't know it before I had made the this video so far, until I actually started to do a little bit of research and testing on it. So that's why there's a cut in the video. So there you go. I guess what you could also do is just manually upgrade however many times per minion, and that should also take care of it as well. Actually, I wonder. let's test that. How many? What would be 3 upgrades for a vehicle sheet? Let's go ahead. Yeah, okay. So same thing, you could just upgrade it here. And that way you don't have to keep track. You just have to keep track of this stat. Okay, I have however many minions. -1 is the formula. So once I'm down to my last minion, this will be 0. Okay, that's probably what I will do, or what I would do in any situation. So there you go. Everything else still stands. My cloud car thing would still stand because those are actually rivals. Those are NPCs that are not part of a minion group. They are named and they just work together as part of one vehicle. And that would also work for your PC characters who might be on, let's see. Let me go to my Jewel of Yavin game real quick and I can show you. Maybe they might be working on a freighter. And you might have some turrets on that freighter. So like my unicorn shoop, not that guy. Like my unicorn shoop over here has dorsal quad laser cannon. Oh, never mind. I thought it had more than one turret, but it doesn't. Okay. But you would just input their names here and if I could actually remember my player characters' names. There you go. And just link them up that way. And now they can actually make the attack whenever, and it'll actually work out. Oh my gosh, so much scrolling. Okay, there we go. 2 greens and 1 yellow. So if you have a player character who has their own ship, like Nyx does, then I would go ahead and put that ship stats in there and go ahead and put their name for all of it because they're going to be rolling all of that anyway. So if she rolls for the missiles, it's using her stat. Yeah. So there you go. Sorry about the little cut in the video, but that was kind of something that I had learned for the first time because I was reading that comment again, and minions and starships, that kind of seems straightforward, but when you actually start playing around with it, it's not straightforward. There needs to be a workaround, which, yeah, I mean, that's just the limitation of the character sheet, unfortunately. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below for any suggestions or comments or things that I can make more tutorials on. These are a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys are getting as much out of it as I am making it. And I will see you guys in the next video.